So, hello everyone. This is my champagne guide, and I want to show everyone this document. And it is going to be the newest and latest and greatest mental mapping tool to assist service professionals in Miami and the world with understanding champagne and how to sell it, how to map it out, how to speak about it, and how to be much more comfortable with it in the world today. There's so many service professionals and people in this world that are selling these products and they're just not confident enough to do it. They don't understand how to break it down. They don't know its identity or even why things are priced the way they are. And it seems totally out of reach. But this is going to change today. So thank you for being here. I want to just explain that this is a guide that really starts out with a beautiful opening act, a story, to represent the readiness of a person who is actually selling champagne and selling products on a restaurant floor or venue space. And I'm calling it the battle floor. So it opens up with a interesting story to look within and to understand the readiness of the mind and the cutting edge techniques that you're using to sell products that are really like the Ferraris of our restaurant industry. So it's a great way to think about your high end products and what you're offering. So next up, I get into really what it means to understand prestige. And prestige is a way to evaluate what a champagne is and its value. And prestige is something that is perceived and it is something that is realized, actualized, culturally accepted. And there's just so much going on with prestige to help us identify the identities behind champagne and those who drink it and those who serve it. So give yourself some credit. Um, and then we're going to get into really this powerful first concept of mental mapping around champagne with a entry level tier, a middle tier, and a high end tier. So this breaks us into understanding that there are three clear concepts that circulate around selling champagne. So use this as your first mental map and clarity moment to understand that we're going to be breaking things down in our mind to understand price points, values, and experiences with logistics and cutting edge sales techniques that you can use to represent your personality with professionalism and knowledge in that way. So, identity is a powerful thing for us to understand how much someone can purchase, what's supposed to be, what can be purchased, what's accessible, what's within reach, because that's your job is to make sure that these things are accessible. Permission to do so. All right. There's a the guide follows next with mental mapping on what it means to be a service professional and kind of the vibes you should be thinking. So it kind of takes the imaginative story of this champagne swordsman and grounds it in reality for what you should be thinking as a service professional with demographics, showmanship, the deep spiritual impact you're making on people, and the worthiness of what you're doing. And then also there's the fact that you're going to be networking with people and creating moments at all times. So this is a way for you to grow yourself constantly and believe in yourself as a professional. So the mindset comes into play with each guest, each table interaction, and really each sale. So I wanted to be clear about what this means to be a true Golden Heart professional. Next up is the mental map of the champagne sale itself. So what we're going to be thinking about when the sale comes up. How many people drinking champagne? What tier are they using? What tier is appropriate for them? Thinking of your glassware and how you're going to be setting up the toasts and how many bottles and glasses you can actually serve, and what's the appropriate language in the moment to use for each given party or scenario. The pours per bottle is an important awareness that you have to be aware of on all different types of bottles and how to speak about that and with salesmanship, with showmanship, with truth and integrity, and also some cutting edge personality. Okay. This follows through into understanding the numbers around this and really gets us to a new concept that I was thinking about as I was unraveling some details over 24 of the most popular champagnes ordered in America. And it really comes into complexity, structure, texture, and energy. These are four major profiles that identify champagnes and takes them out of the tier for numbers, and takes them out of the tier kind of for like brands, but like puts them into a palatable experience for the human mind. And um, when you think of texture and structure and energy and complexity, these are ways for you to offer different experiences. And it also teaches us what's going on in a glass and why the value is increased and gives a better experience that they're paying for. So, backed up by your service, professional service, of course. So, and professional service has knowledge. So, when a certain champagne is served, you can speak about the complexities of any given champagne, but the pricier ones, the ones with more value, will likely unravel over time, and more complexities will come out, and the energy and the structure and the texture are all more developed and change. So this is all about building experiences and around how quickly someone drinks something as well. So it's like this can be appreciated or can be experienced right away. So and it's up to you to be the middle person to evaluate when's the appropriate time to bring your knowledge through your professionalism and personality in your services. And then the guide finishes with many pages of exercises to help you understand these different champagnes in the glossary I've outlined. And then you can inject your own menu, and it creates a world class system of operation around champagne, a mental game to understand how you should be thinking about it, mental mapping systems on how to break down the numbers and the brands, and also a way to identify what champagne is what for what reason and why you can stand behind your sales. And this will all translate and relate to all your other services. This is a very high-end experience service, and this is something that we can dial in on any venue. And the more you talk about it, the more hits you get. So this is the beginning of my Champagne Guide experience. It's a 7-minute video. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see.